Taking you down the lane for approximately 5 to 6 years ago, where SaaS platforms used to be one of the craziest ideas in business. Most of the time, these SaaS platforms grew on subscription model. But what if I told you that these subscription model are not as crazily working as crazily they were introduced in the market? When these were introduced in the market, they had a place in the market because there were less kind of services that were actually helping business owners. But today, the scenarios has changed. There are n number of platforms available. There is a lot of service being given to customers at competitive pricing. Now, with all of this happening and the market dynamics changing from time to time, what has started happening is the loss that these companies are facing is too much. Although these companies get easy investment based on the subscription value that they take, but subscription model is actually decaying their company from inside. And these business owners are not actually identifying what is going wrong in the business. Well, the things that are wrong is basically their revenue model. Subscription model is failing badly in India and there are specific reasons to it. So let's just dive deep into it and try and understand why subscription model is failing in India. While most of the businesses offer a subscription model that comes with the promise of affordability, good service, long-time customer service, etc., people today are finding more gaps when they use these kind of services. Well, the first is the trust deficit. Most of the time, people don't find it trustworthy to share their credit card details, their bank details, etc. while doing online repetitive transactions. A one-time transaction is much more safer than allowing any of the companies to automatically deduct money from your account on a recurring basis. Somehow, these are not considered so safe practices now in India. Also, what starts happening is, because there are n number of platforms available serving similar kind of services, there is a gap of understanding as to what actually the customer needs and why the customer should stay. If they don't find it trustworthy to actually trust the app for the result or trust the platform for the result, they normally leave the platform. And that's where the subscription model fails. The second reason is because of the broken payment system. While India has been the first one to introduce UPI payments and we are doing good in terms of doing online transactions, but still when it comes to issues such as payment failure in India, they approximately count to 20 to 30% of transactions being done. Every transaction where a payment is failed, which means there are chances of 50 to 60% of losing that client, because that client might not actually take the effort to repay during failed transactions. And this is something that cannot be solved at an individual level or an organizational level, because this is a country problem where the central government is ruling how the transactions need to happen. And if that is not perfected within time, or if it's not seen that we get least number of failures, then this is going to remain a problem for a long time, which we are foreseeing in the near future as well. Failures are bound to happen because of internet connectivity, because of bank servers being busy, or sometimes the wrong bank details that a person puts while they are entering their details onto a payment portal. These are common issues. Here comes the major problem, because any of the lost customers means the loss in the revenue for the company. Although the customer came from your lead system, they understood the project and they were nearing to pay you for the service that you were offering. But just because of the payment failure, the customer left. Now, these are the problems which are out of a control, and some problems which are out of a control, then we have to take that risk to actually let 30% of our revenue go off or get whitewashed just as it is. So if you are ready to let that go off, continue with the subscription model. But if you are not ready to do it, it's time to change. The third reason is because of the value gap. Well, most of the customers feel good when they enroll for something, right? When they subscribe for something. It could be a OTT platform, it could be a streaming service, it could be a software subscription, it could be an online class, it could be anything. In this digital world today, People, whenever they find value, they are ready to get payment for that particular service. But when a service is charging continuously for the same value, the customer loses the trust because they no more feel that value. The customer gets the maximum impact the moment they join the platform. But if your platform is not offering continuous value addition, they don't find a way to subscribe. Imagine why people are ready to subscribe for Netflix, but people are not ready to subscribe for Google One services. Well, if Google One services are services that are optional to them, to their business, while Netflix give them new movies, new shows every weekend, they are refreshing the value system every single time so that the person feels and they get addicted to it. If your platform is not addictive, subscription model is not going to work for your business. Having said that, these are the three major reasons that are actually causing the subscription model to fail in India. But apart from this, does subscription model completely fails? Well, I would say no. Instead of weekly or monthly transactions, if the number of transactions are reduced, the life cycle can actually be increased. Let's go and dive deep into understanding how you can change a subscription model into a hybrid business model that can bring you larger revenues, that can allow your customers to stay for a longer time, and that can also cover your cost of maintenance of the whole platform and your company affairs. With this, let's understand the whole scenario with a kind of a simple example. I had this one software company, let's call it Connectly, and their basic idea was actually to give social media platform services to their customers, where customers can do n number of things, right from scripting to recording content to actually editing and posting it as well. Now, this platform was something that was built to help the customers manage their social media channels more effectively. But in turn, what started happening was the customers didn't find a continuous value attached to this service. Once they created the calendar, the value for the next 6 months or for the next 1 year of the content creation was gone because they had already created a content calendar for 1 year. Even when they were trying to create it again, the platform would create a similar kind of a content calendar once again, which was useless. Another thing that came into picture was, while they were trying to help people maintain their social media effectively, there was no binding force behind the customers that allowed them to come back to the platform again and again, which meant that if they become busy in their own lives, they are not coming back to the platform to do the activities that are required for the right kind of engagement on the platform. As a result of which, on an average, 30% of the customers left within 3 months from that platform. They either cancelled their subscription, which normally used to be a monthly subscription. It was just like dead data sitting on their business. So just imagine, if something happens in your company just like Connectly, what are the things that you should do whenever you bring a customer on board in your system, whether it be any kind of service physically, digitally, or any platform based services. You run the customer through a lot of cycles. They'll see your ads n number of time, they'll land up to your landing pages n number of time, they'll see your content n number of time, they may receive your emails or WhatsApp messages n number of times. After they have seen all of this, they are ultimately coming to a point where they are making a decision to buy your subscription plan. Now, when they are buying with so much efforts, and when you have taken so many efforts into marketing through various channels to actually bring them as an acquired customer, the cost of acquisition actually raises high because of the different kind of platforms and the different modes of interactions that you are engaging with your prospects, right? अब अगर 3 months के रेवेन्यू में अगर आप ये क्लाइंट एक्विजिशन कॉस्ट को कवर नहीं कर पाते, तो you start facing losses, and maybe some of the customers might as well leave just after the first trial month. Some of the companies have even tried कि हम first month trial रख देते हैं, हम 7 days trial रख देते हैं, 15 days trial रख देते हैं. All of this is a good way to bait anyone to start working on your platform. But till the time there is no force behind them, till the time they don't actually get value, continuous value being added, or till the time they don't have real necessity of being there every single day, you are going to fail as a platform. Now, in order to fix this, there are few things that you can do. Just small changes. Instead of monthly subscription, start offering annual or lifetime subscriptions. Whenever you offer annual subscription, it is a good chance for people to stay for a longer time, because whenever someone is committing for 1 year, that is a serious commitment. It is not a commitment by fluke. Okay, if I ask someone to commit for a week, it's easy. If I ask someone to commit for a month, then too it's easy if it's not so much costly, right? But when this commitment comes with a cost and a time value attached, you will get much more serious customers there, rather than bringing anyone anyhow to your platform. So just changing this one particular thing of not allowing people to ghost you within that one single month or within a time frame of 90 days, this would actually work, because here throughout the year you have got ample number of opportunities where you can start adding value to your customers and see that the value gap is narrowed. This is one way of making your business model successful. The another way is offering them a premium or a pro service. Now what does this premium or a pro service mean? Well, most of the platforms that are successful today are already doing this, and that's the reason why I want you to bring this to your notice. Most of the platforms that are running a pro service are running a pro service with a human interaction from their backend, which means you will get someone called as your own customer relationship manager. Okay, which is a personal manager who will be related to your company, and they'll be talking about how you can utilize the platform. Now their whole idea is to hit you every single week personally, so that you can start using the platform and you can start gaining something from it. Now this is a personal push from the company's side. Most of us as customers take it as service, but when you see it from the company's side, it is actually a personal push, because that push allows the customer to remain on the platform for a longer time. And also the chances of getting the results that they had promised will be much more. So a pro plan for a subscription model actually works with the help of some human interactions, some features that were not available in the lifetime plan or in the annual plan or in the self-to-do plan, where the pro plan features were not there. You can include some of the major features there as well. So these are two ways in which you can create a hybrid model. Another way in which you can actually create a model that could be more sustainable rather than only a weekly or monthly subscription model is by allowing your customers to interact with your platform on a continuous basis and offering some features which are once in a while for them. For example, there could be some features on the platform. It is only available as a one-time service. Now this one-time service doesn't bring in chunks of revenue, but it helps you to get add-on revenue. For example, with Connectly, they had a service which was called as the annual content calendar creation, right? Now when this service was given with the plan, the reason was intentional to create a plan first for them and then create the content, okay? But when this becomes a choice, you get a revenue for this choice as well. So if you have a platform where you are offering some services, but you keep aside some services that can be taken once in a time or that can be taken as one payment thing, then in that case you will definitely receive more revenue coming in from the streams that you have already created. तो इसको थोड़ा गहराई में समझो कि आपने ऑलरेडी सॉफ्टवेयर क्रिएट कर दिया है, आपने उसके फीचर्स भी क्रिएट कर दिए, बट प्रॉब्लम ये है कि अगर आप सारे फीचर्स एक साथ दे देते हो तो वो सारे फीचर्स शायद लोग यूज़ भी ना करें, और अगर यूज़ करें तो उसी सेम अमाउंट में यूज़ कर रहे हैं जो वो आपको ऑलरेडी पे कर चुके हैं. वेयर एज इफ देर आर सम नॉन कनेक्टेड थिंग्स, देर आर सम लो रिस्क थिंग्स जहाँ पे कस्टमर्स को पे करने में हिचकिचाहट नहीं हो. जब हम कंटेंट कैलेंडर की बात करते हैं, व्हेन यू स्टार्ट टेकिंग 1000-2000 फ्रॉम समवन, they won't hesitate to pay you 1000-2000 for an annual calendar, right? But if you ask them for a subscription directly, a fee of 30,000, they are going to hesitate, right? So these kind of things are actually icebreakers between your prospects and your real customers. So from the prospect to becoming a real customer or to becoming a value-based customer, actually if you start buying these small chunks and you become habitual with the platform, you might end up buying an annual subscription or a lifetime subscription, right? Thereby adding value. So here not only you are adding value to the customer's life, but you are also allowing them to trust you one piece at a time. Building more credibility, building longer and loyal client relationships is a result of all of these activities. So if you are running a subscription model today in your business and still finding it out difficult to maintain, these are a few changes that you can do out. Also apart from that, if you are not able to understand where your money flows, okay, because you are continuously acquiring clients for your platform, and clients are also converting, but still you are not able to understand where the customers are leaking out, at what point are they leaking out, or maybe like, you know, what is the cost of acquisition that you actually have, what is the investment that you give, what is the profit that you are actually making. If you're not having answers to these questions, well, I have a simple suggestion for you. Below this video we have a link on the description box where we take you to a platform that is AI powered, that helps you make AI powered decisions, and you can actually go there, click on the link, take a free audit for your business that is going to study your revenue model, your marketing strategies, your profits and losses, and give you strategies that will allow your business to work much more better. So this is a simple activity that you can do for yourself. With this thing, I'll see you in another video. Signing off, Coach Sakshi.